Hello friends, today's topic of discussion is the phosphorus metabolism. We will discuss the phosphorus metabolism under certain headings: intro, sources, RDA, recommended dietary allowance, biochemical functions, absorption, and diseased state. Let's start with intro. About 1 kg phosphate is found in our body, in which 80% of phosphorus occur in combination with calcium in the bones and teeth. 10% of phosphorus is found in the muscle and RBC, and remaining 10% phosphorus is found in various chemical compounds. Now, what are the sources of milk product, egg, meat, cereals, and the leafy vegetables? RD. Recommended dietary allowance of phosphorus is 800 mg per day. Now, functions of phosphorus. Several times in university exam, the functions of phosphorus metabolism can be asked in the 2-mark question. The first function of phosphorus, it is important in the development of bone and teeth. Second, it plays central role in the formation of the high energy phosphate like the ATP, ZTP, and the creatine phosphate. Third function of phosphorus, it is required for the formation of the phospholipid. Example, lecithin and cephalin. Fourth function, phosphorus is required in the formation of the phosphoprotein like the casein. Fifth, it is required for the formation of nucleic acid, DNA and RNA. Nucleic acid is a polymer of nucleotides. What is the nucleotides? The nucleotides we will study about the nitrogenous base plus sugar plus phosphate. Sixth function is it is essential component of the several nucleotide coenzymes like the NADP plus, pyridoxal phosphate, and the ADP. Seventh function is we know that several proteins and enzymes are activated by the phosphorylation. And eighth and final function is that phosphate buffer. It is important for the maintenance of the blood pH. Phosphate buffer. What is the blood pH? Is around 7.4. Now, absorption of phosphorus. Absorption of phosphorus occur in the jejunum. Calcitriol, it promotes the phosphate uptake along with the calcium. Absorption of phosphorus and calcium is between dietary calcium phosphate ratio should be between 1:2 to 2:1. And third is the acidity favors the phosphate absorption while the phytates decreases the intestinal absorption of phosphate. Now, serum phosphate. The normal concentration of serum phosphate is 3 to 4 milligram per deciliter, while the phosphate level of whole blood blood phosphate level is around 40 milligram per dl. The reason is that RBC and WBC have very high content of phosphate. One of the interesting fact to note that fasting serum phosphate level is higher than the postprandial. Fasting serum phosphate higher than the postprandial. The reason is that following the ingestion of carbohydrate, when we take the carbohydrate rich diet like glucose etc., then the phosphate from the serum is withdrawn for the cell metabolism, like the phosphorylation reactions. In several reaction of glycolysis we need phosphorylation. So fasting serum phosphate is greater than postprandial. Now the diseased state. In this we will study about the hypophosphatemia and the hyperphosphatemia. If phosphorus level falls than the normal concentration, then it is hypophosphatemia. It occurs in the malnutrition, malabsorption, in vitamin D deficiency, and in hyperparathyroidism. And in hyperphosphatemia, it occurs in the when vitamin D increases, meaning vitamin D toxicity, and hypoparathyroidism. Thanks. If you like, then please like, share, subscribe.